is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
Alright then, good morning and welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review on your number one online radio, Power 365 FM. My name is Ibida Miracle Oluwadami Lola. Today's edition promises to be entertaining as I'll be running through headlines first. You have with me this morning the Punch newspaper, and also I'm not alone in the studio. Labode Florent is also here with us, and also Engineer Matthew is on the console with us this morning too. Okay, first and foremost, let's run through the headlines first. And please don't forget to be live on all our social media and do on Facebook at Power FM Live, on YouTube at Power 365 FM, and you on TikTok at Power 365 Online Radio is where to watch us and listen to us live. And don't forget also, we are available on web www.power365fm.com. First, the headlines. Bobrisky begged me for 30 million naira to secure VIP prison section. That's coming from Fast. Oh my god. Okay, and Lottery Commission holds timely remittance from operators. And also, I am able to cite this. Talking about the federal government proposes hand-on-hand tax for foreigners. Likewise, federal government raises corps members monthly allowance to 77,000. Actually, there's a corps member inside the studio, so she's actually raising up her hand in celebration for that particular news story. And also, strike threats enhance August federal government to meet ASU demand. And politics this morning. Labour Party National Caretaker Committee backs boycott of Anambra local government election. And also, APGA threatens to suspend Soludo over anti-party. Indolence, laxity will not be tolerated. That's coming from Aliu Test local government. And on business this morning, I'm able to cite this news story. CBN approves forex sales to BDCs at 1,519 naira per dollar. Wema Bank obtained new certification. And lastly, on business, BVN enrollment hit 63.1 million in 5 years, says NIBSS. Alright then, let's go into the news in details. Federal government proposes hand-to-hand tax for foreigners. The Federal Executive Council is proposing an amendment to the National Identity Management Commission Act number 23, 2027 to allow foreigners living in the country to be issued the national identification number. The EFC on Wednesday also proposed the economic stabilization bills to pave the way for the taxing of foreigners living and working in Nigeria. The two proposed legislation are aimed to expand the scope of registrable person to include foreign individuals with a taxable presence or taxable source of income in Nigeria and make provision for the mandatory use of national identification number for transactions which are relevant for tax administration and for related matters. The government proposes a new paragraph to Section 16 which reads any person whether or not he is a citizen of Nigeria who is deemed to be resident or otherwise subject to tax in Nigeria under any legislation in force in Nigeria. If passed into law, the new bill would see expatriates and incoming immigrants being taxed. The special advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, reviewed these while briefing State House correspondent Adi Asurok Villa, Abuja, yesterday. You can pick a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that as federal government proposes NRN tax for foreigners. ICYM federal government corps member allowances to 77,000 naira. I know these are the news stories that most of the corps outside they want to listen to. The federal government has approved the increase of corps members' monthly allowance to 77,000 naira with effect from July 2024. According to a statement signed by the NYSC Acting Director of Information and Public Relations, Caroline Humbu, on Wednesday, the approval was contained in a letter from the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission dated September 25, 2024 and signed by the Chairman, Mr. Ekpo, NTA, in line with the attachment of the National Minimum Wage Amendment Act 2024. Before the increase, corps members were paid a monthly allowance of 33,000 following an upward review of minimum wage to 30,000 naira in 2019. According to Punch Online report that President Bola Tinubu signed the minimum wage bill into law on July 29, 2024. The law stipulated the sum of 70,000 as minimum wage. Following the approval of the new minimum wage, speculations have followed the increase in corpus pay, with the NYT management insisting that the increase in corp allowance could only be determined by the federal government. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper for the details on that as ICYM federal government raises corp members' monthly allowance to 77,000 naira. Strike threats. NANS urge federal government to meet ASU demands. The National Association of Nigerian Students has called on the federal government to meet with the leadership of the Academic Staff Union of University regarding the recent strike threat. The student body noted that a strike was not advisable at this point in time. Non-Senate President Akintaye Babatunde made this known in an interview with our correspondent in Abuja following a fresh 14 days ultimatum issued by ASU on Wednesday over failed negotiation with the federal government. We are asking the federal government to meet with ASU and discuss with them because ASU strike at this point in time is not advisable, Akintaye said. ASU gave the federal government a 14-day ultimatum to resolve several lingering issues. ASU is seeking the conclusion of the renegotiation of the 2009 federal government ASU agreement based on the naming BRICS Committee draft agreement of 2021, as well as the release of withheld salaries due to the 2022 strike action. Additionally, ASU is demanding the release of unpaid salaries for staff on sabbatical, part-time and adjunct appointment affected by the integrated payroll and personal information system. The payment of outstanding third-party deductions such as check-offs, dues, and cooperative contribution. Can pick up a copy of the Punch's Value for details on that as strike threatens all federal government to meet ASU demands. Labour Party National Caretaker Committee back boycott of Anambra local government election. The newly inaugurated 29-member National Caretaker Committee of the Labour Party, headed by former Minister Senator Nnamdi Usman, has thrown its weight behind the growing call for members to pull out of Saturday's local government election over alleged violation of the Electoral Act by the Anambra State Independent National Electoral Commission. Last week, the LP spokesperson in Anambra, Tio Egbe, announced the plan to boycott the forthcoming September 28 local government poll. Egbe hinged their threat on the controversial list of qualified Labour Party candidates published by ANSIC, which he said did not emanate from them. The party claimed that it neither conducted any primaries to nominate candidates nor submitted any names to the state electoral umpire. Reacting via a statement issued on Wednesday, the Usman-led committee of the Labour Party backed the call by the Anambra Labour Party executive, led by its chairman, Chief Ugochukwu Hime, for members to put out of the local government election. The statement read, the national leader of Labour Party is aware and is in total support of the position of Labour Party Anambra State, led by Chief Ugochukwu Hime, Chairman, and Okoli Akirika, Secretary, and other stakeholders, that LP is not participating in the proposed Anambra State local government election scheduled and hold on 28th of September 2024 based on violation of the Electoral Act and Nigerian Constitution. We are also aware that the Labour Party is already in court in suit number A 265 subsection 265-2024, Labour Party weighing up against Anambra State House of Assembly, and another suit number FHC/CV/AWK/223/2024, Labour Party weighing up against ANSEC, and 14 others challenging the procedure for the proposed local government election and never sponsored any candidate to contest the question Anambra State local government election. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that as Labour Party National Caretaker Committee backs boycott of the Anambra local government election. APGA threatens to suspend Soludo over anti-party. The National Working Committee of All Progressive Grand Alliance has declared its readiness to suspend the governor of Anambra State, Chukwuma Soludo, along with other involved in anti-party activities. Addressing the media at the Federal High Court in Abuja on Wednesday, the party's national chairman, Chief Udozie Njoko, accused Soludo of obstructing every effort by the Supreme Court to recognize NWC to restore harmony within the party while continuing his anti-party conduct. Njoko further announced that on Thursday, 26 December 2024, the NWC will release the names of party the names of party members, including Soludo, who will be suspended for their involvement in anti-party activities. On the off-cycle governorship election in the state, he emphasized that the party has not endorsed a sole candidate for the race, expressing skepticism regarding Soludo's chance of securing the party's nomination through the primaries. He stated that anyone aspiring to become the governor of the state must participate in the primary process, which he assured would be fair and transparent. He explained just recently, about a week or two ago, left the Court of Appeal, where an application was made to prevent any recognition by INEC, despite the Supreme Court's clear ruling that my removal as national chairman of APGA was adjustable. You can pick up a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that, as APGA threatens to suspend Soludo over anti-party. And finally, on newspaper review this morning, indolence rather laxity will not be tolerated. Coming from Aliyu, tells local government chairman. Governor Ahmed Aliyu of Sokoto State swore in the newly elected local government council chairman on Monday, urging them to stay within their domains. In his remark during the ceremony held at the government house, the governor warned the local government chairman to always be accessible to their subjects, adding that the government will not tolerate acts of inaccessibility, indolence, and laxity to work. He said, gone are those days when the local government chairman would abandon their domains for hotel rooms. Any local government chairman found floating their directives would be dealt with severally, he warned. The governor further directed the newly sworn-in chairman to ensure regular meeting with the relevant security outfits in their local government areas to devise means of addressing the current security challenges in the areas. Remember that tackling security challenges is one of our 9-point SMART agenda, so give security all the desired attention, he added. Aliyu also restated his administration determination to fully secure the state and called for community sustained support and prayers for all and sundry. You can pick up your copy and read further details on that, as indolence, laxity will not be tolerated, coming from Aliyu as it is local government. Alright, then before we leave this morning, let's run through the headlines once again. Bobrisky begged me for 3 million to secure VIP prison section. That's coming from France. The Lottery Commission hogs timely remittance from operators. Federal government proposed NIN tax for foreigners. Federal government raises corp members. Monthly allowance is 77,000. U.S. court deemed other seizure of Nigerian $21 million. That's coming from AGF. China admits economy facing new problem. And on politics this morning, the Labour Party National Caretaker Committee back boycott of Anambra local government election. Thank you so very much for joining us on another edition of newspaper review this morning. Do to join us tomorrow again for the grand finale of Newspaper Review. Until then, my name is Ibida Pomiraku Oluwa Damla. Keep staying tuned to Power 365 FM. Up next is Yoruba edition, Latini Weroin.